Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here. That was a pretty good slap. Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. Two interesting items that I, as a knife enthusiast, also find interest in stuff like this. It's not really it's weird. Our hobby is like semi-related to a lot of other things while not being directly related to them. But these are things that a lot of people who are like me find interest in. And these companies both also make knives. So I figured I would share this stuff with you and link it down in the description as I usually do. Thank you so much. We actually have two things today to showcase. One from Chaves and one from Tactile. Thank you very much to Chaves and Tactile for sending these in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go ahead and start off here with this guy. Now, I'm unsure of the date I'll upload this. All of my content's pre-recorded. I have a schedule. That's the only reason that I'm able to continuously upload twice a day is to pre-record everything and, make a schedule. So, to my knowledge, these released on the Chaves website on September 26th. This is the larger of two new drivers. Good Lord. I haven't actually taken this out yet. Like the thing was transparent, right? So I could see it. This is the larger of one of their custom drivers called the Fat Man. And you can see here that it runs on bearings. Now, the way that you take this apart, I think is simply, it's right here. So, and there are all the bits. Oh, how wonderful, right? So, for example, what would we normally use? Would we use oh, this whole thing comes out. Well, that's much easier. Oh, and there's more. Oh, there's more stuff in there. What's happening? I had no idea. Hold on, what is all this? Okay, so this is how it all stays together. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, what an odd combination of bits, right? So this goes here, and this goes here. Boy, that's smooth. Let's all look at this together, shall we? Oh, why is that so satisfying? Come on. It's occurred to me that probably the silence in your home as well, right? This would be a very awkward time for somebody to walk in to your home. That is really nice. Oh my gosh, things that are machined so perfectly like that is unbelievably satisfying. The fit. Oh, come on now. Come on. Even if you're like, man, this Metal Complex guy is so cringe. Does he not know? I know. But listen, come on. Even if that's your mentality, come on. Here, that's real nice. Come on now. That's real nice. Okay, let's put this back together. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And obviously this is on bearings, right? But the amount of... you might be wondering, like, what's the purpose of it being that thick? Giggity. I'm trying to get it to turn, like, in my palm, right? Probably helps to have a knife to, take apart. But the idea with it being thicker, it's the same idea. It's the same reason that I have the little, this is the purpose of this, by the way, is the precision adjust. But the little fatty, driver, the little stubby WIA driver, is the thicker ones allow you to control the torque, which is really important for a number of reasons. Number one, when you're micro adjusting something like a pivot. And number two, when the stupid person who decided, let's use T5 on the handle. Let's use T5 now, man. That's a great idea. Oh, like for that guy, right? When you're doing that and you're not trying to strip the only screw that you have for that part of the handle, you want to be able to control it, right? It's just happened to be the right... Is this a T8? Has to be. I lucked out there. Oh, these are WIA bits too. T8, okay. So, yeah. Being able to micro-adjust or precision adjust is super useful. Now, this is going to be an expensive driver, right? You can obviously go on Amazon. I mean, I advertise my stubby driver, which is incredibly inexpensive, and will do essentially the same thing. Right? You can do that for substantially less money. But if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that excess for the sake of excess is 100% one of the themes of this channel. So objects like this are perfectly welcome. You're probably very familiar with Chaves knives. If you're not, the 229, right? The Redention, however you want to say that. Yeah, that's their company's been around for a long time. I think this is really cool and goes right along with the general theme of Chaves stuff, which is, you know, big and chunky and aggressive. I like this. I did not realize, you know, in their little note they had said, yeah, it comes apart and you got the bits inside, but I didn't realize that we were going to get this. I didn't realize we were going to be treated, you know, with that level of precision there. That is really, really nice. Okay, so there's two. This is the Fat Man. This is the more expensive version. There's a less expensive version, but I'll link it on their website. I'll try to have this video out, you know, close enough to release date that you guys can get in on that. The other object, if you're familiar with Tactile pen, you probably Tactile turn. You will have, if you haven't guessed by now that this object is a pen, it's a pen, right? Well, I think this is the new style. What do they call this? The switch pen in titanium. I love pens. Not something that I thought that I would love, but I do. And I'll tell you, I have given Tactile pens as gifts for many family members because I love the way they operate. This is the new switch pen, so you just, yeah, that's real nice. Oh, and it clicks back on its own. Oh, okay, there we go. That's cool. All right, so I've got the bolt action pen. I've got the push button, the push pen or whatever, but their pens are machined incredibly well. Now, obviously, the point of a pen is to write, and you can go, just like the driver or a knife or anything else that I've shown on this channel, you can go down to wherever. You can go down to the dollar store and get you a nice writing utensil for nothing, right? The idea here, if it's not obvious, is the craftsmanship, the machining, the cool factor, all of that. And Tactile also makes their products in the USA. So this is going to be a very expensive, simple item. This is a common concept here. There's nothing I can do to avoid the comments, but this is really cool. I have the bolt action pen in my truck, and then I have the push button zirconium pen from them, which is far more expensive, up on my nightstand. And I actually use both all the time. We actually have another pen. It's not by Tactile. I think it's Oz Machine Company. I have their pen in my junk drawer upstairs right beside the refrigerator. It seems like whenever I need a pen to write a check or to sign something or whatever it is that I'm doing, for the longest time, there just were not pens in my house. These, even though they're really expensive, these have actually all stayed exactly where I put them, which is really nice. But I picked my dad up one of these, and I said, just keep it in your truck, and he loves it, the turn bolt pen. But all of their pens are cool. They have different thicknesses, different lengths, right? They make smaller or larger ones. Some of those I've actually showcased on the channel as well. But my favorite part of the Tactile pens is this specific machining. This machining, if we can see here, I'll actually zoom up for you. Try to take the focus off of my gross fingernails and onto the texturing of the pen. That is really nice to the touch. Not only is it nice to look at, really nice to the touch, and because it's got these little micro ridges, it actually, in my experience, because this, I mean, it's a pen, right? It's gonna get marked up. It actually hides marks substantially better than something. Here's actually another Oz Machine Company pen that kind of rolls around in here. And this one, you can see there's just a little, marks on the outside from bumping into other stuff. This one shows it. I love this pen too, but it shows it quite a bit more than if you have like texturing like this, right? So I really like that. And personally, some people like the thinner, pens. I personally, I'm not like I'm not like a pen expert, like there's a whole sub world, right? As deep and complex as I said my channel name. I said the thing, right? As deep and complex is our own knife world, right? The pen community, like there's a whole community dedicated to pens, right? And anything else you can imagine. There's probably a community dedicated to washing machine enthusiasts or whatever. I'm not going to judge anybody, but I'm on the surface, right? This is kind of where I'm at with watches and stuff. I think it's really interesting, but they do carry well. They're really nice. If you like to EDC a pen, these go with everything. I'm just a big fan of these, and in particular, the ones that are textured like this and a little bit on the thicker side. I really like that. The titanium is going to feel a lot more balanced. The zirconium is really, really cool, but it's obviously substantially heavier, especially if you go with the big size. Yeah, all of their switches are cool, and I do like it's kind of like a brass or like a gold colored switch there. Really cool. Yeah. All right. 2 really fun non-knife items, but still very, very interesting. Obviously, these things aren't going to get full reviews. I'm not really in the business of doing full comprehensive pen and driver reviews. Just thought you guys might think it was cool. Sometimes you want, a really cool writing utensil and a really cool disassembly apparatus to go along with your hyper expensive pocket knife, which cuts open other products such as these and knives. So anyways, I'll link all this stuff down in the description. That's going to be it today. Thanks so much to Chaves Knives and Tactile for sending these in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at _metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.